The cold void of space stretched endlessly, black and silent, with stars scattered like shards of broken glass. Humanity had long since left its home planet behind, spreading across dozens of star systems. Yet there were corners of the galaxy even humans had never explored, regions so remote and dangerous that no ship dared linger for long. One such place was the Zera system, far beyond the borders of the human colonial territories. Aboard the research vessel, Pathfinder, Captain Mira Elston peered at the holographic star map flickering before her. "Sensors are picking up unusual energy readings inside the asteroid belt," she said, her voice steady but tinged with curiosity. The crew leaned closer, intrigued. The readings were faint but consistent, unlike any natural phenomenon they had ever encountered. "Could it be a natural formation?" asked Dr. Kieran Rhee, the ship's chief scientist. He tapped at the floating console, scanning through layers of data. "The energy signatures are massive, far larger than anything an asteroid could produce. And they're not random. They appear constructed." Mira's eyes narrowed. "Constructed? You mean artificial?" Kieran nodded slowly. "Yes. And judging by the energy output, these objects could rival the size of a small city. Whoever or whatever built them had immense technological capabilities." The Pathfinder edged closer to the dense asteroid belt, its thrusters whispering against the vacuum of space. As the ship weaved between jagged rocks, enormous shadows emerged in the sensors. The crew gasped. "What is that?" whispered Lieutenant Zara Tolan, pointing to the holographic projection. There, partially hidden beneath a dense cluster of asteroids, were shapes too massive and angular to be natural. Towers, hulls, and protrusions stretched across kilometers of space. They were warships, gigantic, ancient, and utterly silent. "They're ships?" said Kieran, almost in disbelief. "Not just any ships. These are military-grade vessels. But I've never seen technology like this. These designs, they're not human." Mira's hands clenched the edge of the command console. "How old are they?" The ship's AI, Aria, replied in a calm, even voice. "Initial analysis suggests the structures predate all known civilizations, including humanity. Their construction appears to be older than the oldest recorded empires in the galaxy." A stunned silence filled the bridge. "Older than empires?" Mira repeated, her voice barely above a whisper. "How is that possible?" Dr. Rhee shook his head. "I don't know. Either we've stumbled upon relics from a lost civilization, or we're looking at something humanity has never imagined. This changes everything." The crew began scanning the surface of the largest ship, dubbed Titan's Shadow. Its hull shimmered under the sensors, an odd metallic sheen interwoven with materials that seemed almost organic. The textures twisted and curved like living muscle, yet rigid as steel. There were no markings or inscriptions, at least none that the AI could identify. "This technology," murmured Zara. "It's alive, in a way. It reacts to our scans." Kieran's eyes widened. "You're right. The hull fluctuates when we probe it. It's as if the ship senses our presence." Mira gave a decisive nod. "We need to know more. Prepare an exploratory team. I want us inside that ship by tomorrow. Caution first. But we need answers." The next day, the exploratory shuttle detached from the Pathfinder and slowly drifted toward the colossal warship. Its surface was smooth and seamless, yet alien architecture twisted around it in impossible angles. Inside, the shuttle's lights illuminated corridors, larger than stadiums, lined with walls that pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. The air inside the ship was stale but breathable, surprisingly compatible with human physiology. Kieran moved carefully, scanning every surface. "These corridors are intact. Not a trace of decay, despite their age." "Let's split up," Mira suggested. "Stay in pairs, and keep comms open." As the team ventured deeper, the corridors widened into a vast chamber. Massive structures towered on all sides, control nodes, docking bays, and what appeared to be energy conduits. The room was quiet, except for the faint hum of the ship itself. "Look at this," said Zara, pointing at a massive holographic panel flickering to life. Symbols and images flowed across it, displaying battle formations, star charts, and strange glowing figures. These are records. Logs of something that happened long before humans existed. Kieran stepped closer. I think these are war records. Look at the scale: galaxies, fleets, entire systems. Whoever commanded these ships fought wars on a scale we can barely comprehend. Mira felt a shiver run down her spine. If these ships predate civilizations, that means... She stopped, her voice catching. That means humans were not the first to exist in this galaxy. But maybe we're meant to carry on what they started. As the crew explored further, the ship began to respond in subtle ways. Doors that had been closed opened automatically, and strange lights pulsed when humans approached. It was almost as if the ship recognized them. "Captain," Zara said, her voice tense. "I'm reading movement in the hangar. Something's waking up." Kieran's hands flew across his scanner. "Automated defense systems, maybe. But they haven't fired. They seem to be observing us." Suddenly, massive drones lifted from the hangar floor, their bodies gleaming and humming with energy. Yet, instead of attacking, they hovered in formation, circling the humans like protective guardians. Mira's heart raced. This is incredible. The ship isn't hostile. It's alive in some way. And it seems to trust us, or at least, it's curious. Kieran's voice was a mix of awe and excitement. "We've found something extraordinary. Not just a fleet, but a connection. The technology responds to us. I've never seen anything like this in my life." Outside, the Pathfinder watched anxiously. Communications with the shuttle flickered as the crew transmitted images and readings back to Earth. The revelation would shake human civilization. These were not just ancient warships. They were functional, intelligent, and aware of their new human visitors. Mira turned to her team. "Prepare for full exploration. Document everything. And remember, we're not just explorers now. We're the first humans to awaken something older than empires themselves." As night fell over the distant Zara system, the colossal warships remained in silent vigil, their power humming through the void. Humanity had reached a crossroads. They had uncovered a past older than any history book, older than any empire. And soon, the galaxy would take notice. But for now, aboard Titan's shadow, humans walked the corridors of a forgotten legacy, unaware of the greater forces that watched from the darkness beyond the stars. And somewhere deep in the ship's core, systems long dormant stirred to life, sensing that their new masters had finally arrived. The Zara system glowed faintly under the light of its dying star, casting long shadows across the colossal warships that drifted in orbit. From the surface of Titan's shadow, the crew of the Pathfinder watched the stars in silence, knowing they had uncovered something far greater than any human had ever imagined. Back on Earth, news of the discovery had spread like wildfire. Governments, scientists, and media outlets debated feverishly. Some leaders worried that activating the ships could provoke alien powers or spark a war. Others argued that humanity had reached a turning point, an opportunity to ascend among the stars. A council of experts convened via holo-communication. Captain Mira Elston, Dr. Kieran Rhee, and Lieutenant Zara Tolan joined from the Zara system. Dr. Holland, a senior strategist, addressed them. "Humanity is standing at the threshold of a new era. But caution is essential. The ship's origins are unknown. There may be entities watching. If we activate them recklessly, we could invite destruction." Mira's expression was firm. "We understand the risks, Doctor. But these warships are not just relics. They are functional. They respond to humans in ways no other technology has. I believe they recognize us." Dr. Rhee nodded. "Yes, I've been studying the systems. The ship's cores interact with human neural patterns. It's almost as if they are alive. Or they choose to awaken only when humans are present. This is unprecedented." The council debated for hours, weighing the possibilities. Finally, after long discussion, the decision was made. A small human team would board the largest warship, Titan, and attempt to fully awaken its systems. The mission would be observed from orbit, with Earth ready to intervene if anything went wrong. The shuttle detached from the Pathfinder at dawn, drifting slowly toward Titan. Its hull shimmered in the weak light of the dying star. Mira and her team entered the main airlock, which opened smoothly without resistance. Immediately, the ship seemed to respond. Lights along the walls pulsed rhythmically, and energy conduits along the floor emitted a soft hum. The humans felt a subtle vibration under their feet, almost like a heartbeat. "This is unlike anything I have ever seen," whispered Lieutenant Zara Tolan. "The ship. It's alive." Dr. Ree activated his scanner. "Captain, the ship's energy systems are starting to synchronize with our neural patterns. It's recognizing us as operators. This is incredible. We are not just passengers, we are pilots in some sense." Mira nodded. "Then let's see what it can do." As they approached the ship's central control chamber, enormous holographic displays flickered to life, casting light over the crew. The displays showed detailed star charts, fleets in motion, and battle simulations of vast complexity. Symbols and glyphs danced across the air, translating slowly into forms humans could understand. "Look at this," Kieran said, awe in his voice. "These are war records. But not just from one civilization. These fleets existed long before humans, before any known empire. The scale of the battles, it's unimaginable." Zara's eyes widened. "And yet, it's reacting to us. Every command we think about seems to influence the systems. It's almost like it knows our intent before we even speak." Mira touched one of the control panels. A wave of energy coursed through the room, projecting a 3D map of the Zara system. On the display, the warships appeared in formation, dormant yet ready. "This is more than technology," Mira said softly. "These ships, they are waiting for someone like us, someone capable of understanding them." Over the next several hours, the team experimented carefully, activating smaller systems one by one. Energy flowed through conduits with a soft hum, and sections of the ship unfolded to reveal docking bays, defensive platforms, and propulsion systems far beyond human design. Dr. Ree was nearly trembling. "Captain, these systems are not just machines. They adapt. Every attempt we make, every test, they respond intelligently. They anticipate our actions. This is sentience." Suddenly, an alarm echoed through the chamber. The ship's internal sensors had detected something approaching. On the holographic display, distant blips appeared fast-moving, organized, and deliberate. "Alien ships," Zara whispered. "They're moving toward us. They've noticed the activation." Mira's eyes hardened. "Prepare defenses, but stay calm. We will not fire unless necessary. Let's see if the ship itself wants to respond." As the approaching alien fleet entered the system, the Titan hummed with renewed energy. Docking bays opened, revealing smaller fighter craft integrated into the ship's design. The energy conduits along the hull pulsed brighter, and massive defense turrets rotated into position automatically. Kieran gasped. "The ship! It's responding to their presence. It knows we are being observed, and it wants to protect us." The humans quickly realized that their instincts were crucial. The Titan was not a tool to be controlled. It required human initiative and creativity. Where alien technology relied on rigid programming, the warship responded to ingenuity and courage. Mira guided the ship's smaller craft, directing them through the asteroid fields with precision that would have been impossible for any AI. Each maneuver, each creative tactic, was mirrored by the ship itself, enhancing their speed and firepower. The alien fleet slowed, observing humanity's actions. The humans' bravery and unpredictability made the warship's movements fluid and extraordinary. Kieran and Zara watched in amazement as the Titan executed complex maneuvers that seemed impossible even with advanced alien technology. This is human intuition," Kieran said, his voice shaking. "The ship responds to our thought patterns, our decision-making, our creativity. It's unmatched." Hours passed, and the alien fleet began to retreat, clearly astonished by humanity's abilities. The Titan had not fired a shot yet, had projected power and coordination beyond anything the aliens expected. Mira looked at her team. We are more than explorers now. We are the first humans to truly command something older than any known civilization. The galaxy is watching, and they are learning what humans can do. The humans spent the next day further exploring the ship, discovering training simulations, records of ancient tactics, and energy reserves that could power entire systems for decades. They realized that these warships were not just weapons, they were legacies of intelligence, courage, and survival. "Captain," Zara said, pointing to one chamber, "I think we've found something else. A central core. It's bigger than anything we've seen. I believe it controls all the ships in the fleet." Dr. Ree studied the readings. "If we can interface with the core, we could awaken the entire fleet. Every ship, fully operational, ready to respond to human guidance." Mira's eyes gleamed. "Then we must be careful. Awakening them means humanity is stepping fully into the galaxy's history. We are no longer just a young species. We are now part of something much bigger." The team prepared to interface with the central core. As they activated the final controls, energy surged through the corridors of Titan, and the warships in orbit began to stir. Lights flared across their hulls. Propulsion systems hummed, and defensive shields shimmered. The ancient fleet, silent for millennia, was awakening. In that moment, humanity understood something vital. The warships were not simply tools of destruction. They were sentient. In a unique way, they valued courage, intelligence, and creativity above all. And humanity, despite being young in the cosmic timeline, had proven worthy. Yet, even as the humans celebrated their achievement, a new signal appeared on the sensors, a massive fleet approaching at high speed. Unlike the first alien observers, this force was far larger and more organized. They would not retreat. The galaxy had noticed humanity's awakening of the Titans, and now a challenge was coming. Mira took a deep breath, looking at her team. "We've done the impossible. We've awakened something older than empires. But now, we must show the galaxy that humans are not just survivors. We are thinkers, strategists, and warriors in our own right. And the Titans are ours to guide." The crew braced themselves as the first of the approaching alien fleet entered sensor range. The warships glimmered with anticipation, as if aware that a test of humanity's courage and ingenuity was about to begin. The adventure had only just begun. Humanity had awakened ancient power, and the galaxy would soon see that humans were not a species to be underestimated. Their ingenuity, courage, and unity would be tested against forces older and more experienced than they had ever faced. And as the Titan and its fleet prepared to face the new challenge, humanity realized something thrilling. They were no longer passengers in the galaxy. They were masters of their destiny, capable of shaping the future of countless stars. The alien fleet approached the Zara system with precision and silent menace. Thousands of ships, sleek and lethal, moved in perfect formation, their weapons gleaming with alien technology far beyond humanity's known standards. From orbit, Captain Mira Elston and her team aboard Titan watched the display, the scale of the threat almost overwhelming. "This is it," Mira said, her voice calm but firm. "They came to stop us, but they don't know what humanity can do." Dr. Kieran Ree checked the systems once more. "Captain, the Titans are fully awake. All ships are responding to our neural commands. They are ready, and they are learning. Every movement we make, they adapt. The enemy will not expect this." Lieutenant Zara Tolan's hands flew across the controls. "We've trained for simulations. But this is real. The entire fleet is alive, and it's responding to us as if we're its creators. I've never seen anything like it." Mira took a deep breath. "Then let's show them. Let's prove that humanity is not to be underestimated." The Titan surged forward, leading the fleet into a tight formation. The alien armada hesitated for a moment, confused by the fluid, unpredictable movement of the human-led ships. Every maneuver the humans made was creative, dynamic, and unlike anything the aliens expected. Dr. Ree observed the displays, his eyes wide. They think in patterns, in logic. But we think in possibilities. The Titans move with our instinct, with our ingenuity. We can outmaneuver them without firing a single shot. Mira nodded. Do it. Push the limits. Show them what humans are capable of. Using the asteroid fields around the dying star as cover, humans piloted the warships through intricate paths, dodging alien sensors and confusing their fleet. The aliens opened fire, but the Titans' energy shields activated in perfect synchronization, absorbing attacks and redirecting energy to propulsion systems. It's working, Zara shouted. They can't predict us. Every move we make, the Titans learn and adapt faster than their weapons can track. As the battle progressed, humanity's ingenuity became the greatest weapon. Smaller fighters from the Titans darted in and out of formations, mimicking complex patterns humans devised on the fly. Massive warships adjusted shields and energy flows dynamically, responding to human thought and strategy. Dr. Ree leaned closer to the holographic display. Captain, I think the Titans are more than machines. They are sentient. They are choosing to follow us because they recognize human potential. They value our creativity and courage. That's why they respond like this. We are compatible in a way no alien fleet can match. Mira smiled grimly. Then let's lead them into a lesson they will never forget. The aliens tried to regroup, forming a line to trap the human fleet. But humanity was unpredictable. The Titans twisted through the void, weaving patterns that mimicked ancient strategies and new ideas simultaneously. It was as if humans were dancing with the warships, turning every move into an advantage. Zara laughed, a mix of fear and exhilaration. They can't even follow our logic. Every time they adjust, we're already in a new position. The alien command fleet became chaotic. Their advanced technology unable to anticipate human unpredictability, combined with the Titans' sentience. Missiles and energy beams streaked across space, but most were deflected or absorbed by the intelligent warships. Dr. Ree shouted, pointing at the main alien command ship. If we hit their command core, the rest will fall into disarray. But we need a coordinated strike. Human intuition, guided by the Titans. Mira's hands moved over the controls with confidence. Do it. Every ship in formation. Trust the Titans to follow our instinct. Let's end this now. The warships surged forward in a precise, elegant maneuver, striking the alien command ship from multiple angles simultaneously. Energy pulses erupted from the alien vessel, but the attack was calculated to disable systems, not destroy life. Slowly, the command ship's fleet faltered, disorganized without central leadership. Look at them, Zara said, her eyes wide with wonder. They're retreating. They didn't expect humans to lead like this. Mira's heart swelled with pride. This is what humanity has always been capable of. Creativity, courage, and unity. We may be young in the galaxy, but we are not weak. We are survivors, thinkers, and leaders. After the alien fleet withdrew, the human crew allowed themselves a moment of triumph. The Titans hovered in formation around Titan, humming with energy, as if acknowledging their new leaders. Humanity had not only survived, they had proven their worth. Dr. Ree looked around the central chamber, marveling at the ancient technology now fully awake. Captain, this changes everything. The Titans are not just weapons, they are a bridge to history, to knowledge, and to a future we could never have imagined. Mira nodded. And it's ours to guide. The galaxy may fear humans now, but they will respect us. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the courage to shape our destiny. Zara smiled, touching the glowing control panel. It feels right. Like we were meant to find this. Like the Titans were waiting for humans to awaken them. Indeed, as the crew explored further, they discovered archives of star charts, tactical simulations, and records of civilizations that had risen and fallen before humanity even existed. They realized the Titans had preserved knowledge across millennia. Knowledge meant for those capable of understanding and using it wisely. This is more than power, Dr. Ree said softly. It's a responsibility. We can protect civilizations, explore the galaxy, and ensure life continues in ways that no other species could. Mira's eyes shone with determination. Then we will. We will not misuse this power. We will honor those who came before, and we will prove that humanity is a force for progress, exploration, and courage. We will show the galaxy what humans are capable of. In the weeks that followed, the crew of Titan coordinated with Earth and other human colonies to establish a presence across the galaxy. The Titans became ambassadors of human ingenuity, able to travel to distant star systems, explore unknown worlds, and protect fledgling civilizations from threats. Humans learned to pilot the Titans not as machines but as partners. Each warship was unique, with its own personality, its own instincts. Together, humans and Titans developed strategies that combined intelligence, intuition, and creativity, a combination no other species could match. Word spread across the galaxy. Once skeptical civilizations, even advanced alien empires, now watched humanity with a mixture of awe and respect. The young species that had been underestimated for millennia had awakened the legacy of a power older than any empire. Captain Mira Elston stood on the bridge of Titan, looking at the stars. "We were small once, just a species on a single planet," she said. "But we have grown. We have discovered ancient power, and we have proven that courage and ingenuity are what define a civilization, not age or size. Humanity is ready to step into its place in the galaxy." Dr. Ree joined her, his eyes bright with excitement. "And we will continue. The Titans have shown us what is possible. We are no longer just observers of the universe, we are participants, creators, and leaders. Our journey has only just begun." Zara, ever energetic, added with a grin. "And we will show every species out there that humans are not just survivors, we are innovators, explorers, and warriors in our own right. No one will forget this day." The Titans pulsed with energy, as if in agreement. Their hum filled the void of space, a sound that echoed across systems, announcing humanity's arrival. The ancient fleet, long dormant and waiting, had found its masters, not conquerors, but worthy leaders who combined courage, creativity, and determination. And in that moment, humanity understood its place in the galaxy. It was not just a young species among many. Humans were a force to be reckoned with. They had awakened ancient Titans, survived the judgment of older civilizations, and proven that intelligence, courage, and ingenuity were the most powerful weapons of all. From the Zara system to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, civilizations whispered stories of the humans who had awakened warships older than empires, and of the species that had earned respect through bravery, skill, and wisdom. Humanity had finally revealed what was hidden, and the galaxy would never be the same.